Hey up guys, Out Culture here. I've got 5 PS2 games today. They're not hidden gems by any stretch. They're all pretty well known titles. They're just 5 games that I'll call, definitely worth playing if you haven't played them. Come highly recommended by me. The good thing is there's only 1 out of the 5 that are classed as a heavyweight title that's gonna stretch your wallet a little bit. The others are budget titles, which is all good. Just a quick one before we start. This goes out to Dave, Lawn Boys Post 1975. I know he's a Bristol Rovers fan, and some of us has to be, unfortunately, a Bradford City fan. You well and truly kicked his arse on Saturday, mate. I was well impressed by Bristol. Absolutely fucking fantastic, mate. Yeah, well worth, well deserved 3 points for you guys there. Brilliant. Right, away from football. Depresses me. Right. So the first one we'll kick it off is this, Cold Winter. Definitely one of the better first-person shooters on the PS2. Carries a 18 certificate, this, so it's got quite a bit of hardcore violence in it. The thing that I love about this game, it reminds me so much of GoldenEye back on N64. It just, I don't know, there's something about it that just reminds me of it. I don't know. So it's a 2005 title, developed by Swordfish, published through Sierra Entertainment. Cheap as chips, it's £3. £3 all day long. Dirt cheap game. Scored 73% on Metacritic back in the day. I use Metacritic because I find it's the fairest overall. So you've got your original game, your magazine reviews, your online reviews, and then you've got your game players reviews. I always read through, and for me, Metacritic's always the fairest one. As a benchmark. Sometimes difficult to get the actual full review of the game on there. It's just sort of snippets, but you can read between the lines, and for me it usually ends up being fairly accurate-ish. So yeah, I really love the game. It's got really good AI on this, excellent voice acting, and it's got a brilliant story. It's a believable story. You buy into it, it sort of absorbs you into the game. You've got a fantastic range of weapons on it, and like I say, it's just killing galore. So if this is your thing, it's definitely up for you. Like I say, 73% for me. It's slightly harsh, is that? If anything, it's probably worth a little bit more. Graphics, yeah, not the best, and I guess if another sort of slight negative, if anything, it'd be a little bit too easy. And I don't often say that, do I? But yeah, it's a game you can put a fair bit of time in, and you can get places on it. But it's very enjoyable if you're into these sort of first-person shooters with a bit of violence chucked in. So that's highly recommended. And like I say, £3 if you haven't already got it. Get out there and get it. Right, on to the next one. What I've done, I wrote them down in wrong order. That I've got them here. So, okay, this one, Sylphid, The Lost Planet. This was like a direct sequel to Sylphid from Mega CD. Fucking brilliant game. Vertical shooter, if you haven't played this. 72% on Metacritic, so it is up there. Pick this up for around tenner-ish. You might get it cheaper than that, you might. From 2001, it's quite an early title, early PS2 title. Graphics are beautiful. So you've got it's like this, 2D gameplay with like 3D backdrops, 3D backgrounds. Absolutely beautiful. A lot of cutscenes, but they're beautiful. Really well done. The only thing that I found with this is it's fucking hard as I can't even get past that second boss. And the thing that does irritate me, if anything, slightly with it is I think it starts you back from the beginning. It's just, and I might look for a cheat for this and just see if I can see a little bit more of the game, just purely to see some more, beautiful graphics on it. But yeah, really good if you like your shooters. This, and again, like I say, £10, not too bad, is it? Beauty that. Another 18 sort of certificate game. This time a third-person shooter, The Punisher. Obviously, Marvel. He plays Frank Castle. Sure you're all familiar with Marvel character. Brilliant game. Even more carnage and Cold Winter. This it's you know, you've got a weapon. You can just kick ass. You know, it's just like there's an interrogation system on it where you can try to get information out of the criminals, and even once you get the information, you can dispose of them and you can kill them. It's fucking brilliant. So developed through Volition and released through THQ from 2005. Scored 68% on Metacritic. So it's not, you know, a few people sort of critique it a little bit, but for me it's again slightly unfair. It's really enjoyable. Again, if you're into this sort of thing, if you're into these shooters with a bit sort of quite hardcore on the violence front, it's brilliant. You'll love it. You'll have a big smile on your face as you go around just slaughtering these criminals. Again, excellent voice acting, really atmospheric, and just good solid fun adult carnage. On the negative side, it can get, I guess, a little bit samey as you go on, and they would say, you know, ultimately it just excuse me, does become another third-person shooter. Some people say Max Payne got the edge over this one, but I don't agree with that. I think it's the other way around. I think this is a little bit better than Max Payne. Pick this up for a £5. You know, again, absolutely sod all. It's the beauty of PS2. Such an abundance of titles, and you know, the vast majority of games even now you can pick up for peanuts. So yeah, again, if you're into this sort of thing, highly recommended. Get it. Okay, so go on to this one now. This is the one where unfortunately you have to dig a little bit deeper into your wallet, and it's Blood Will Tell by Sega. Bit strange this one. I'm sure I've had this one years. I don't remember it being as expensive as it is now. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I looked the other day and I couldn't see it for less than £50. It's sought after, innit? It's like we always say, how much do you want it? If you want it on your shelf, then you pay it, don't you? 67% on Metacritic, so not the best, but I really enjoy the game. So created by Osamu Tezuka. Intro, fantastic intro, really is. If anyone doesn't know the storyline to the game, really obscure, sort of unique storyline. So you're trying to, you had all your limbs stolen from you at birth, and you sort of had these prosthetic weapons added, and the idea of the game is you have to collect these 48 limbs back from these sort of like monster stroke demons that you've got to defeat, bosses effectively, and you know, end level bosses. So it's quite an original storyline to it. I really enjoyed it. It can get a little bit repetitive, and I guess if we're being really critical, it can, when you look at it graphically wise, look slightly outdated, but it's still really enjoyable. A lot of cutscenes, but the cutscenes are good, top quality. I mean, it's developed by Sega, so you know it's going to be pretty good. But yeah, I suppose the main thing is just the price. But it's in that section of PS2 games now that, you know, is commanding good money. But yeah, if you are willing to shell out, worth getting, definitely. And the last game of the 5 is called, so unprofessional, aren't I? Ring of Red. Great game, this, by Konami. Really good. 82% on Metacritic. So you know, it's got a good old score there. It's well liked. So it's a turn-based strategy 3D game, actually. Another early 2001 release. Excellent graphics, really addictive gameplay. mixing strategy and skill. So it's quite unique. Really, it's a very strange story. So I think it's like set in like a post Cold War, whereby you're basically controlling mechs and sort of fighting against opposition with mechs. But it's really good. Only thing that lets it down, they sort of criticised it on quite a few factual errors in there. There's no voice acting, which is a bit odd. It almost like needs it, if you get what I mean. And it's quite a lengthy game as well to do properly. You've got to be prepared to put in a few good solid hours to get the most out of it. But such a unique little game. Again, very, very cheap. £7 I think. £7 last time I looked. So another cheap one. But being Konami, you know it's going to be half decent, don't you? So it's certainly worth it. So again, another recommendation certainly by me. So that's the 5, guys. If you don't know any of the 5, you can do a lot worse than them 5. Some good titles in there, and like I said, most of them were just fairly under a tenner. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. There'll be another 5 to come soon. I'll be doing some more of the Arcade versus Spectrum games this week as well. Next Monday, so this will probably go out tonight, which is Monday. So a week today, I'll be taking a trip out to Direct Deals. There's a couple of Mega Drive stuff there. So as it is now, I'm in one of my previous vlogs where I've said that I'm moving towards certainly more retro as opposed to current gen. I'm even more angling now towards Mega Drive PAL. I want to really hammer that collection now and start picking up, because I've noticed a lot of Mega Drive titles are starting to creep up there quite a bit now as well. So probably leaving Super Nintendo. Like I say, I've got my NES Mini now. Downloading for that now. So it's not essential for me to be collecting Super Nintendo, especially with prices. I've got a much larger Mega Drive collection anyway, so I want to sort of lean towards that and do as much damage into that as I can. And I know there's a few titles over at Direct Deals that Lee's got that I really want to grab, and hopefully he'll do us a couple of sweet deals on them. So yeah, so quite a few things coming, guys. So sort of stay tuned, as it were, and hope you enjoy. Feel free to leave any comments, even if they're negative. I find it constructive criticism. That's absolutely fine. I know I'm not high tech. I'm not a high tech tuber. It's it's sort of bargain basement sort of thing with me. But I'm enjoying what I'm doing, and I hope you guys are as well. So take it easy out there, guys, and thanks for watching. See ya.